back again. Christmas. Okay guys, it was me. It was me the whole time. I was the one who was stalking Zoe because she's my mum and I'm a Slater. I just actually shot my reveal where I was standing on the corner and my face was like half in darkness, which was really interesting. But more importantly, or more excitingly, I just shot all of my stuff with Chrissy. The big reveal that I've been working with Chrissy, she's been my accomplice this whole time, and we've been working together to get revenge on Zoe. It was amazing to meet Tracy Ann, and we've just shot all that stuff in this little car, and we're about to bring on Christmas Day, which is gonna be insane to shoot. Nerve-wracking, exciting, many things. But yeah, we've just done it. It's the end of the day, and bring on the rest of it.
I've changed my mind. I don't think that she deserves this.
Oh, believe me, she does.
Back again. Chrissy, back in the square. You pleased to see me?
We're gonna give her a Christmas she'll never forget.
Jolly, jolly, happy Christmas
So you're joining us here. It's Christmas Day in the Queen Vic and it's a very busy one. Lots of cast and lots of stories going on which culminate into one big one.
Cheers everyone!
And everyone's knackered. But it's Christmas Day and just got to put a face on and enjoy it.
How could you tell me that Zoe's babies are dead?
So it is Christmas Day on EastEnders in the Vic, and right now we are filming the aftermath of Chelsea telling Zoe and Kat that Anthony has been lying to Zoe and to Kat about her babies. I'm so sorry for coming up here like this, but
Anthony lied to you, Kat. He told you that Zoe's babies had died, but that wasn't true.
it feels like such a huge honour to be in the mix of the drama on Christmas Day on EastEnders. For me personally, as a fan, EastEnders on Christmas Day was huge, so I feel so privileged, and I was so nervous filming yesterday. But Christmas is vomited in the Vic, obviously, all the decorations, everybody's here, and it feels really good. And Chelsea has been honest about something, but she always is honest when I think it comes to women in suffering. She just can't let that go. So we're just filming the aftermath of that now.
She just wants to be hurting people. It's bound to catch up with us sooner or later.
Oh, get out.
I'm Charlotte and I'm art directing for the Christmas episode. We've actually had a really busy day in the Vic today, lots of cast members, so it means a lot of sort of dressing to shot. So we'll kind of find out where the camera's set up and we'll sort of pop dressing and drinks and fairy lights in around where cameras sort of need us. As you can see, it's very Christmassy in here at the minute. Normally it feels very bare, so it feels really nice to have a lot of colour and a lot of lights going on. Within the garlands, as you can see, we've got lots of leopard print as well, so they're sort of little hints to Kat Slater. So it's all in the little details. Like in the art department, we love to pay attention to detail. A lot of the time we do shoot out of story order, so we have seen it really messy, which is sort of aftermath of everything that happens on Christmas. And then today we've kind of gone back in time to when everyone's arriving with their welcome drinks of champagne. So it's a lot of sort of hopping back and forward in terms of dressing on the day, which is kind of my job. It's a big project, but when it all comes together, it's super exciting.
Hello?
Hello, Zoe.
This was you, wasn't it?
Good morning. We are on set for one of the most important scenes of the Christmas ep with lovely Nick, who sadly, well, I don't know how he's going to be around. I don't know what I can say, but he's brilliant, and this is quite scary. He can be scary. I've never seen this side to him before.
Don't do this, Zoe.
Nothing is coming between me and my kids.
You'll be lucky to have me.
We're just about to run some lines, and we are then going to work with the stunt doubles to make the last part of the section, the scene work, because it's quite harsh. So definitely time to call in the stunt doubles.
Nothing is coming between me and my kids!
You'd be lucky to have me.
During the rehearsal, we watched the stunt doubles do a fantastic job, which actually looks really harsh and violent and physical, but luckily we won't be doing that.
No,
that's their job.
Those days have gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my 20s, I was very happy to do the stunts. Now I'm in my 40s, I'm like happy for the stunt people to do the
Oh,
job.
so much, yeah. They are exceptional, and shout out to them and shout out to all the crew and the team behind the scenes, because then we can just get on with locking into our characters and what we do, and it's not our first rodeo, is it? So.
No.
Zoe, wake up! Oh, baby, look at me. Look at me. You okay? He's dead.
We come to the end of the dream. It's been a spectacular block. It's actually a real privilege to do a Christmas block and be so heavily involved on Christmas Day. And of course, I am no more at this point. So I say R.I.P. to Anthony, but also to all my friends and family here. So yeah, it's tremendous, and the fans have been immense. They've been incredible. Obviously, Anthony has always loved Zoe, and I guess the love that he had for Zoe is what makes this also tragic, because as much as he said he hates her, he loves her. That's where all of this comes from. So it's bittersweet, I guess. I'm sorry to be leaving, and it is a hard stop. There is no way back, it's a full stop. But what a way to go. It's been tremendous.
I feel very lucky to be part of these storylines, which are super secret, top secret, and there is something quite special about these episodes. So this is a huge moment for Zoe. She hasn't seen Chrissy in over 20 years, and the last time she saw her, she was fleeing from her.
Chrissy.
Ladies, both of you.
This is part of the reason I wanted to come back, because these scripts are, there's almost like a genre element to them as well. There's an element of horror, because it's eerie, and as you can tell, the lighting that's being done, it all adds to the atmosphere.
Hello?
Come on, let's have a drink, settle the nerves. You both seem a little drumpy.
Rum and Coke for me.
This has been the biggest reveal that Zoe has ever dealt with, I think, after finding out that Kat was her mum.
Yes. I mean, yeah, it's been pretty damn big for Jasmine as well, to be honest.
Oh, he's the one you want.
I've known this information from the beginning, and I was instructed not to tell anyone. When did you find out?
I only found out 10 days ago.
Okay.
So
Right.
I haven't known, and when I found out, I was so excited.
Yes.
Because we met, and I was just like, I think that's going to be a great fit.
It's so great to get to finally work with you and collaborate with you and see how this relationship is going to unfold, and also to like bring everything that I've known to light now has been very cathartic. To be honest, it's very cathartic. I need to breathe. Yeah, it's been really good, and I'm just so excited. I'm excited for the rest of it. I can't believe it. I can't believe you're here.
Don't touch me!
Sorry.
It's not often that I side with Cat Slater. But she's right. Chrissy Watts is evil.
Hello. Hello. Here we are.
Yeah, look, the three of us. The three witches. The three witches of Romford, the originals.
I know.
The OGs.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really strange, but it's lovely. A lot of memories of filming The Murder of Dirty Den.
Yeah. But we're missing the fruit machine.
We were looking for it. Where is it?
Sorry, what did you hit it when I just grabbed it? Den, get up.
It's been a long time.
I know,
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel
No.
like a long time. It feels like it just, yeah, it's kind of.
Well, we haven't aged.
Well, none of us.
We haven't
In fact,
aged.
we
I think
went
that's
backward. But we were saying that we went, it was a big storyline, that Murder of Dirty Den, and we went through, we were in here
all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of memories.
Yeah. It's quite emotional, wasn't it, when we all kind of step back?
And how we've become friends as well, so we've kept in contact.
Yeah.
Which is just lovely. And then to be back working together now is so exciting.
Older, wiser.
Yes.
I don't know about wiser, I don't know if I'm any
Yeah,
wiser.
you're wiser. Yeah.
Definitely older.
We just, what we've learned is we should have just got better lawyers at the time. We should have just got a better lawyer.
Ladies, good night. We should do it again. Been such fun. Happy Christmas.
Can I?
This evening, we just filmed part of the scene on the bench, on Arthur's bench, and whoa, I don't have any words.
It's pretty exciting stuff. We are currently about to shoot the moment where Zoe hands herself over, basically.
In another lifetime, I'm your mum. And I'm so sorry I can't be there right now. You can't.
Just as we could officially be mother and daughter, it is taken away from us, yet again, in a different way.
So as Zoe makes her choice, when she hears the sirens to step forward, Kat then comes in to make sure that Zoe is okay, that she knows what she's doing, and it's the first time that we see Zoe really take control, I think, of a situation, instead of being very much as she was when she was younger, which was a pawn in the game.
It's me you want.
Feels like I'm getting goosebumps, and I always know that's a good sign.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed it, especially behind the scenes. This is all the secret stuff that goes on. It's been a mad, intense, crazy block, but it's absolutely one of my favorites that I've worked on here ever. Enjoy the episodes and Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a wonderful New Year, and we'll see you in 2026.